Welcome back to the Homestand Show. Now we're joined by a very special guest, two-time Olympian. We've never had Olympian on the show.
Never?
Never. Nike
I didn't
athlete.
tell you about my
Alysha Newman.
history.
Oh, you're an Olympian?
Oh, here we go.
What year?
He used to be.
1946.
Yes.
1946.
I love old jokes. That's the best, especially when it's at his
Yeah,
expense.
exactly. Yeah. Every
Okay,
day.
Alysha, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I'm not going to pretend that I know about pole vaulting
No,
because
it's
I
all
don't,
good.
but it's amazing and I find it
Thank you.
terrifying at the same time.
Me too.
How do you get into pole vaulting when you're a young kid?
I honestly, it's like one of those things. It just comes to you. Like it's not like you're like, oh, I'm gonna pole vault one day. I was a gymnast. I flipped around. I was a crazy kid and I hated school. So it was one of those things. I got too tall for gymnastics, hurt my back, retired at 13, and then started track and field. Tried all the events and broke the meet record my very first time. I pole vaulted. I jumped 315. And seeing my name above on that list, it was like, oh, this is kind of a flex. Like, I liked it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I have to do this. I have to do this forever.
So you hurt your back
Yes, in
doing
gymnastics.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then you decide, well, pole vault would be a good option.
Well, that's what people thought. But I took a full year off of all athletics. I went back to being full-time back in school because I was training 36 hours a week in gymnastics. I was 2 levels away from Olympic level at 13. And I was more like the goal of like, I knew I wanted to represent Canada. I wanted to have that maple leaf across my chest and just going out there to represent a country, but I didn't know what I wanted to do it for. And long story short, it just whatever was going to get me there. And I thought me breaking the record was like, I felt already ahead of where I needed to be
Right.
at that age. Right.
So you mentioned that I said it's a bit scary to me when it comes to pole vaulting, and you said to you too still.
Of course,
So every time you go out there, you still what's the
Mhm.
biggest fear with pole vaulting?
There's so much. Like, there's people that have been paralyzed, falling in the box, poles break all the time. It's just that relying on an object that doesn't have a soul. I mean, you don't
Right.
really like, you put your full body and you catapult yourself in the air. You define gravity. Everything that humans are supposed to do, you kind of do opposite pole vaulting. So I think that that's where the fear comes in. And I don't know if you guys have ever felt this. When we were young and kids, we were scared of nothing.
Yeah, feel
And as you get older, you like these little fears start creeping
Everything.
in, and every little thing.
Fear of even getting hungover.
Yeah,
to be honest.
exactly.
Waking up.
Exactly.
every
That's why I
night
gave
right
up
now.
drinking.
Yes.
Crazy. But so that's the type of fears. But you work with your sports psychs. I work with a neurologist actually, and I do a lot of EMDR, and it just like taps into your subconscious brain to really try to bring in that inner young self of like allowing yourself to be confident every time that I'm running. But again, it's like anything in life, like things happen, you get injuries and you just don't want to feel pain at some point in your life,
Right.
you know? And pole vault brings a lot of pain. It's like, you ever been in like a bar fight?
No.
No, ever?
No,
Both of you
never.
know? Oh, wow.
No,
Really
no.
nice guys over here.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, when I'm running into the box, you get hit every single
Okay.
time, not your face, but your hands and your shoulders and your body, because of that pressure and the velocity you need to bring in to bend the pole. So I think in 2021, and when I got my concussion, I was like, I just don't want to be hit anymore. So I think that that's what you have to get over, that
Right.
fear. And now I'm obviously back in my confident and just won indoor world tour, feel amazing, jumped the highest I've jumped in that time of the year. So it's just like it comes and goes, these waves of confidence, and I just got to ride it.
Of course, it was a shower head that gave you the
Yeah,
concussion.
oh
It
my
wasn't
God.
a
I wish it was
pole.
the shower head. It was the faucet.
Oh, the faucet.
I fell
Was
right
it
face
just a
first.
trip and fall?
Yes. I like, everyone's like, were you on Instagram? Were you taking a video? I was like, I wish I had a video of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
But no, just
Terrifying.
stepping in, there was no mat, and I stepped in, and all I remember, and I love telling people this story because I'm like in Iowa, about to go to my first meet in 2021, and I just go, Alysha Newman does not die in Iowa. And I like stopped myself from passing out, and I army crawled to my bed where my phone was, and that's when I called my agent. They called 911 and they did the whole process. But it was insane.
Wow.
Like, it happened, I threw up, but I didn't pass out, so that's why they thought it wasn't so severe. But I think it was my superhero powers in me.
But it derailed your Olympics.
Oh,
right? I mean,
everything.
At what point did you realize
Yeah.
I shouldn't be here? I shouldn't be even trying to compete at this point.
On the runway at the Olympics.
At that point.
Because I had this, like, I don't know what it is about athletes. We have this, like, a miracle's gonna happen. Everything's gonna change. But I was like, for 6 months leading up to the Olympics, I could not jump once down the runway. And everything was hard. I was emotional. Everything I saw in life was half empty. Like my glasses were half empty and I was negative and I didn't want to live. And there's all this like emotion and I didn't understand because that's not me. I'm happy. I'm so fun and I like to like, I don't know, be different, you know, and spontaneous, and I didn't want to do anything. And I think at that point when I was at the Olympic Games and I kind of felt I embarrassed myself out there and I didn't represent Canada, that's when I called a neurologist in California and I was like, something's not right. And then I started getting treatment after the Olympics. But this superhero power in me was still there, that Alysha that fights through everything. I felt like I could still do it and I couldn't. And it now that I look back on it, I almost am happy I pushed through it because I know I'm not invincible. But it's something that I learned, that you have to sometimes like take a couple steps back to help you go for it again.
It made you stronger. It made you a better
So
person.
strong.
So how are you feeling now?
Amazing. Oh my gosh, I won indoor world tour. I'm back, I feel. Just missed world lead 3 times, actually. I went for a national record 3 times in indoor. So and these poles are working for me right now. What I'm on right now and my speed. So I took off 6 months of pole vaulting and I took up the heptathlon. Yeah. So I had this cool training and perspective track and field that I haven't had in a while. Pole vault's very mental. It's 95% mental, 5% physical. And so I was able to push my physical side because my mental was being healed at that time. And I'm faster and I'm stronger and I just have this like fulfillment of life right now that I'm just riding on and hoping it stays till Paris 2024.
Yeah, but I mean, long term, is heptathlon an option for you?
I would love. So they have this meet in France every year and they do a women's decathlon. So what a lot of people don't know is there's actually no pole vault in the heptathlon. So pole vault wouldn't help me in the women's hep, right? So I would love to break the world record in the women's decathlon. So that would be kind of cool.
Wow. Jackie Joyner, Kersey, was
Yes.
the legendary
Legend.
athlete, of course.
Legend.
One of the greatest female athletes of all time, in fact. I've got to ask you quickly about the pole itself.
Yeah.
Obviously different lengths, but
Yeah.
different flexes too.
Flexes,
Yeah.
just like hockey sticks.
So how do you choose the perfect
Wow.
pole to pole vault?
Years of training and learning, but mine go up point, so we go 0.04 and flex. So as the bar goes up, and it all depends too, like maybe I ate a little bit more for dinner the night before, maybe I didn't. People don't know that side because you just try to, like, I guess layman terms the sport for people, but yeah, it all comes down to your weight and then how you're actually hitting the box. Sometimes even boxes are a little shallow or a little lower where you plant the pole, so you need to grip up a little more. So I have longer poles and I have stiffer poles depending on the day and how my body and my legs are.
So what's coming up? What's the goal for you right now?
World Championships in Budapest in August.
The Olympics?
And Olympics coming up.
Do you feel that will be your last Olympics, or you want to go on after that?
So I laugh because in 2021, when I had my concussion, I said, I'm done after Paris. I'm not doing it. And then all of a sudden, the last 2 months, I've been jumping so well, and I'm so happy, and I'm just loving this ride. I'm like, I don't know, Paris 2028, maybe?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Might as well.
Elena Isinbayeva has the world record back in
Yeah.
2009.
Yes.
How safe is that record? I remember when Sergei Bubka was smashing records back in the I'm old.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, right? But
Yeah.
it was like untouchable.
No,
or
it
so we thought back then. It's since been beaten.
Yeah.
How close do you think is your field to beating this?
I think COVID put a little dagger in it, and I think there's one Russian woman that obviously with everything that's happened, they haven't been able to compete. That's been hard, but I think she could have done that in the last year. There's still rumors coming around if they're coming back for the Olympics or not. We don't know yet, but there's going to be a good, I would say myself in putting in that pool, I would be close to the world record in 2 years for sure.
That's
sure.
amazing. So
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
That's amazing that, I mean, you have all this incredible stories that's led you now to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you have, I know obviously gold medal is the goal in mind, but
Yeah.
is it for you, is it medal or bust, or is it just being able to perform at the Olympics?
So a lot of people don't know I've never made Olympic final. I've gone to 2 Olympics and never made the Olympic final. So that is a huge goal of mine because you just want to be in that top 8, or for us it's top 12. But I think if I'm going to make it in the top the final, I might as well just win it. Like
Yeah.
at that point, you've already made it this far, and it's kind of one of those things. I have nothing to lose, you know. I think a lot of people put pressures on people like, you know, Kobe Bryant and all
Yeah.
these people, these legendaries, to be at their best at all times. And I'm fortunate. Have always been an underdog, so I have nothing to lose.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. Glad you're feeling better as
Yeah,
well from
thank
the
you.
concussion.
I
That's
appreciate
a
it.
crazy story.
It's insane. I underestimated it. Like, I used to date an NFL guy, and he used to get concussed all the time, and I was like, "Oh, you're being a baby."
Yeah.
And now it all came back full circle,
Well, that's
right?
what it was for years, right? Before it was known as concussion,
Oh
it was
my
like, hey, you just got
gosh.
your bell rung, you'll be all
Yeah,
right, right?
it's insane. Yeah. I hope-
Alysha Newman, two-time Olympia Bet 99 ambassador. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.